Madam Speaker, it has been an extremely long day as we have debated this important private member's motion on the lack of confidence in the government. Madam Speaker, I wish to thank everyone on the opposition side who has spoken with regard in support of the motion, and who quite eloquently laid out all of the number of the issues and problems that we have seen that has been experienced in the last, 2.5 years. Madam Speaker, when I set out with my debate, I chose specifically to take it at a very high level of debate and highlighting what I saw were the particular issues and what potential solutions could look like for this in solving this this issue and the lack of confidence in government. And I've left it to my colleagues to really put the flesh and the meat on the debate and the discussion. Madam Speaker, I think the issue has been, and the motion has been, quite ably ventilated here today. And I thank to those on the government side who chose to speak. A bit disappointed we didn't hear more from more members on that side, but be that as it may, we had 3 members of the government bench, led by the Premier, to speak to the motion. Madam Speaker, as I listened to the debate, there are 2 things here that really struck my mind and really gave me pause for concern. And the first one, Madam Speaker, was really what I perceived to be the great contrast in the way it was described by Premier how his cabinet and his caucus operates. Because, Madam Speaker, he led us to believe that all was hunky-dory and that there was, there really weren't divisions and discord between them. But we had two former members of his government who are now sitting in opposition to the government, who described something that was just totally different. And I've also heard tonight one of his own members, his own ministers, say we have to be truthful. We alluded to the fact that these things and these difficulties have existed. And I believe that they have existed for some time, Madam Speaker. And we've heard it, talked about it publicly in the public domain. So we know that the challenges are there. It's not healthy. The second thing I wanted to make mention of, Madam Speaker, is that I had to, for those that spoke on the government benches, it was only the Premier, really, that mentioned it in a very small way, the real meat of this whole lack of confidence motion and the reason for it. And it is the fact that they are a minority government. They don't have a parliamentary majority. And so no matter if the vote tonight is to quash this and to vote down this motion, we are left in the same position that we are. The Mayor alluded that they could work it out, but it still leaves us no better off than we were when we came in here and started the debate. Madam Speaker, I have to say I am fully convinced that we have made the case for there to be a change. Change is needed. Madam Speaker, if we leave here like this, in this position, what are we asking? What are we saying? We're going to leave it to the governor to do it? You mean we 19 in here can't solve this and deal with it? I don't want no early elections. Really? I know that you over there don't want it either. But it is now on the cards. She's not going to leave this for any length of time. We need to look at this seriously. Madam Speaker, I believe that we have made the case, and I believe the members there on that side understand and know it. They're coming to appreciate the urgency too now of the situation. We can't let it. That would be a public embarrassment for us all, Madam Speaker. It truly would be. So those are the things that really worry me as we come down to the end of this debate and put this matter and this motion to the vote. How will those on the government benches vote in this when it comes time to take the vote? We're going to just let it go? We're just going to vote this down? Guys, the opportunity is here. It is upon us. And if we vote it down, what next? What then? Ask yourself that question. We have seen what we have been describing and talking about today, time and time and time again. It really is time for something different. And as we have said on this side, we don't mind if the government can put together some alternative that would keep you all in power and allow you to fulfill your term of office. That's fine from our perspective. It's not about me being power hungry and wanting to take Premier's position. Not so. It's about what's doing right for the country. It's about what's doing right for our people. This foolishness really has to stop, and I say that very crudely, but really, Madam Speaker, we got to do something. And the status quo just isn't acceptable. And so I ask you all to think carefully tonight before you vote. The door is open. I know that there are those over there that are dissatisfied and unhappy. Will you have the courage of your conviction to take a move? Country would love for you to do it. Let's do what is right, because that door might slam shut, and it might slam shut very quickly. So, Madam Speaker, I conclude the debate and wrap up here this evening with this on this memo, and invite you then now we put the matter to the vote.